motherfuckers? I'm R. Dangermouth. This is the Rodney Dangermouth Show. SmokeToThinkOn.com. We're watching on the TV in the background here. The city of New Orleans is removing a statue of Robert E. Lee. Now, I know a lot of y'all might be thinking, fuck yeah, right on. Down with racism. You know, I'm a little chilly, hold on. So I'm listening. I don't know if y'all can hear this because I try to keep the TV a little low. They're talking about how this statue has to be removed and it's going to be put up somewhere else, you know, as part of the conditions for removing it. Basically saying that it can't be out in public. You know, if you want to have like a Civil War museum, that's cool. Put it up there, right? The problem I have with all this is not what your average redneck or conservative problem is. Oh, we got to keep our heritage and shit, blah, blah, blah. This is straight out of 1984, okay? Orwell talked about the revision, the rewrite, and the sometimes outright disappearing of history. Forgive me while I enjoy my breakfast of 7-Eleven ice cream. This shit's for real. Now, I gotta be honest with you. If walking by a statue of Robert E. Lee triggers you somehow, you're living in the wrong fucking part of the country. You are outnumbered by people that walk by that statue and go, history. I remember learning about that. I know about that. That's part of my family's heritage. It's part of history. Was it a mistake, like fucking trying to break apart the Union, right? To try and divide America? Sure. But did it happen? Fuck yeah, it happened. So for real, like, what's the deal? You know, with all this pretending and it didn't happen shit. I mean, that's how I feel like that's what this is. We're just pretending history didn't occur. Oh no, we're not pretending it didn't occur. We're just removing it from the public view so it doesn't offend anybody. Well, that's the revision of history, and frankly, it's offensive. So aren't you in a quagmire? You're offending me by rewriting history. Just saying, you know, you are. This shit cracks me up. Not a lot's happening. They're disconnecting them at the foot. Some asshole in the background here hitting a fucking bullhorn. That's obnoxious. Just saying. This shit's funny. I'm trying to find... Where the fuck is the stream URL? YouTube gives me everything except for fucking what the URL to my own stream is. You know, like if I want to say... share this fucking video. Yeah. Racism? I guess? I don't know. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I want to save. I don't want to save. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's good and fine and everything. What the fuck? No thanks, motherfucker. So frustrating. Just about everything about YouTube is frustrating these days. As far as like while YouTubing and shit, you know? It's difficult. And what I'd really like to learn, what I'd be interested in learning anyway, is what exactly is this problem is this solving? Is this the solution to racism? Is this how we solve racism? Sending some shit up the fucking pole here? This guy in the background, I don't know why it's taking so long. It's like we're hearing some hammering and stuff. It's like it didn't occur to this motherfucker that this statue was built by architects and shit to withstand winds and probably withstand a small airplane crashing into it. Frankly, it's not like you could just go up there and tip the fucking thing over and it just falls and it's done. I mean, what? This is the problem with the youth. The youthful liberal class here is they have expectations, like they want to see shit changed. But I mean, even right down to physically removing a statue, this takes too long. Jesus Christ. You know, people act like fucking Martin Luther King wasn't 60 years ago, 65 years ago, 70 years ago almost. Holy shit, 63. So 50 years, 40 years. God damn, I'm terrible at math. It was a long fucking time ago, folks. Point is, people have been fighting for civil rights for a long goddamn time. And there's no freedom for anybody that's not a consistent battle. Power, by its nature, wishes to sequester freedom. So, to maintain freedom, one must always fight for it. This revising history shit, though, this isn't fucking freedom. Unfortunately, this is actually the sequester of freedom. The power has just switched sides of the pendulum. Used to be fucking, the dumb rednecks and the Christians were in charge of everything. Now the fucking, apparently fucking retards are in charge of it now. This is fucking flabbergasting to me. Smoke to think on live. Alright, so. Oh shit. Such a stoner. You know what people are gonna need there? They're gonna need the URL. It's weird how that works. You can't click on a link that's not there. Fucked up, I know. I don't know. Anyway, this is the same old shit, folks. Same old shit. So I'm gonna light a roach. Listen to these fucking idiots try and figure out why it's taking so long to remove the statue. I mean, Jesus, it's a statue. How long should it take to remove a statue? I don't promote violence, folks. I'm not a violence promoter, okay? But some people, I wouldn't be upset to see fucking hit by the falling statue. I'm just gonna say that, okay? I got a very low tolerance for stupid people in this world, and I know some of you watching this are going, oh my god, he doesn't understand why we have to remove the Robert E. Lee statue. I mean, Civil War or racism, anybody? Slaves? God, this guy's not smart at all. Fortunately for you, I'm just smarter than you, and I've seen through the basic explanation, researched the subtleties of the situation, and come to the conclusion that the Civil War was about a lot more than racism and slavery. I know. I went to the same kind of school. I was also taught that it was just boiled down that simple. Actually wasn't. Weird, I know. Like there was economics involved. No. Okay, sorry. There was economics involved that was beyond slavery and the cotton trade. You know, like tobacco, whiskey, other neat shit the South is known for. And yeah, slaves. Sure. That's true also. This guy right here, he's a symbol of fucking American rebellion. Not the symbol of slavery. Okay? That's the problem. That's the problem here. It's the same thing that they did to Andrew Jackson. Man was the symbol of fighting central banks, and they turned him into the symbol of the Trail of Tears. Now, yeah, was he responsible for the Trail of Tears? Sure, but should we completely disregard the fact that he kept America out of the fucking grips of banking cartels and families for a few extra years? No, we should fucking credit the man. These people fought for a cause that they believed in. They fought for something that they thought was righteous and true. They lost, sure. But does that mean that we should erase that history? Should we disregard it? Should we forget it? Is that what we should do? Because I know for a fact George Orwell covered this. The erasure and the revision of history. We're fucking witnessing it, people. Okay? The fact that right now some of you are calling me a racist for my opinion on this entire situation shows that doublethink and newspeak are well ingrained in the culture. I mean, have none of you motherfuckers actually read the 1984 that you bought when Trump won the election? Bunch of fucking people ran out and bought 1984 when Trump won. I don't think a single fucking person read it. Now, that being said, I got something else to say on this issue while they're fucking figuring out how to tear down a statue. Even I kind of figured it'd be done by now. Anyway. Look, I've been thinking a lot about Alex Jones, okay? Everybody knows Alex Jones now because he's been fucking on TV constantly, attacked for being a conspiracy theorist and a right-winger. Right-winger. Oh, you fucking poor simpletons. Falling victim to the orchestrated dichotomy of division. Anyway, I've been thinking about Alex Jones. For 16 years, I've been following the rise of Alex Jones. And it's been a pretty good rise. I mean, he went from a guy on a Christian talk show radio, or a talk show network, Christian talk show network, GCN, which I'm sure still carries him. But to be a guy who's right now looking at possibly being brought into the White House press conference rooms, right, in the press corps. That's fucking amazing. Okay, that's fucking amazing. I don't care who you are. I'd be saying the same thing if Cenk Uygur right now was down on his knees giving fucking Hillary Clinton, all sorts of, we're buffering, all sorts of, cunnilingus and getting his way in the press corps. I'd say that's a fucking amazing way to go, Cenk. Even though I think Cenk is a sellout douchebag, I think he's I got no respect for Cenk. Anyway, I digress. Okay, the rise of Alex Jones has been, very least, interesting, if not fucking impressive, frankly, So, I call him an internet entrepreneur, vitamin mogul. Definitely the lead skeptic on popular culture. Next to maybe, what's his name? That fucking white-haired fucking British dude who told everybody he was Jesus in the 90s. David Icke. Okay, maybe he's the lead skeptic of popular culture, like with all the alien shit that he's got going on and whatnot. I'm not saying these people are always right all the time, ever, or sometimes. I'm just simply saying they're skeptics and they're fucking at the top of their game with it. I mean, fucking David Icke can talk for 6 hours and get $2,000 a fucking head at a show, for a weekend, and I mean, that's lead skeptic, okay? Anyway. So, I had a lot of respect for Alex Jones for a long time, because even though I didn't agree with everything he said, some of the shit that he said, I did independent research on, and I was like, fucking guy's not lying, he's telling the truth, you gotta give props where it is. Then he endorsed Trump. Okay? Now, I don't have any of the three standard hyperbolic problems with Trump that got him elected: the racism, the misogyny, and the anti-LGBT shit. Mostly because I don't think that they're true allegations. But that's a video for another time. Those words ultimately have been taken on a new meaning in the dictionary of Newspeak, so I'm not going to tackle that shit now. What I will say is, for nearly 25 years, Alex Jones has been heralding, is the best word I can come up with, the coming of a new world order. A behemoth of an evil monster that'll come and systematically destroy American democracy and leave the masses begging for and receiving, gratefully, a technocratic one-world government dominated by elite families, ruling everyone with an iron fist of a new science-based religion built on the foundation of eugenics and slavery. Right? Now, for 20 years, Alex Jones has been telling me to watch out for this fucking thing. He thinks Trump is the guy that's going to stop it. Huh? Okay? Just saying. Does he not see how lost and fucking broken and divided this United States of America is? I don't know. I'd like to think anybody watching with eyes unclouded by hate or doublethink could see that Trump's got that behemoth on a leash in the backyard of the White House. The first president with no dog, my ass. Now, damn man, why does this PlayStation always want to shut off? I hate that. It's like, I'll decide when I want it to shut off. Thank you very much. And I wrote that. That's a little thing I wrote about Alex Jones, keeping my thoughts organized. But it's true. I've been on the fucking lookout for the situation in geopolitics that could make Americans come together and go, you know what? UN, most likely culprit. Yeah, we would really like you to come in and help us square all this shit up. We would genuinely appreciate it, right? It wasn't Obama. The rednecks were pissed, but they were like, we'll get them next time. They did, kind of. And the liberals were fucking ecstatic when they're, black, maybe, gay, Muslim, who knows, with a transgendered wife, maybe. I love that shit. Oh man, I saw one conspiracy video saying Obama was a clone of King Pharaoh somebody or other. That shit's fucking awesome. I love it. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, Christ. See, people don't see the value in the internet like I do. Is it bullshit? Yeah, I'm sure it is. But is it fun? Fuck yeah. It's even fun to believe. That's why I tell everybody I believe the world is flat. That's right, I believe the world is flat. Why? Because I can. You can't tell me I can't. You got no right to tell me what I can and can't believe, and fuck you if you think otherwise. Yeah, does all evidentiary science and argument mostly persuade me that the world is round? Of course it does. But I can still choose to believe it's flat if I want to, and it can just piss you off. I don't care. People, you gotta understand, the internet's full of all sorts of fun, crazy ideas, most of which are insane, but all of which are worth a read. They're all worth a read. I digress. This all comes back to what would break America in half to accept a one-world government. Well, there's an awful lot of Republicans who are like, I don't know what the fuck Trump is doing. I really don't know what the fuck Trump is doing. Fuck. The liberals, of course, are all like completely divided within themselves even, right? They've got the Bernie Sanders had the election stolen by that evil cunt Clinton, or you have the diehard Clinton fans who are like, she can do no wrong, she's like Jesus. Yeah, I did it in the Bill Clinton voice on purpose. So, I mean, we've never, I don't think we were this divided during the Civil War, to be completely fucking honest with you. I mean, I don't know that. That's not a perspective of any legitimacy, of course. It's just an opinion, I guess. But Jesus, it's a divided motherfucking country. And frankly, nobody has faith in the system anymore. Even the rednecks who voted Trump into office are like, I don't know how the fuck we pulled this off. I mean, it's cool, but I don't know how we did it. How did we do it? I don't know. But what I do know is the faith is gone, right? Now this comes back to an idea presented by a guy named Freeman Fly on YouTube. You can check him out. He's the guy who thinks that Obama was a fucking a clone of Akhenaten, Pharaoh Akhenaten. I love that theory. It's great. But one theory that he presented was this idea that the order of operations, I guess, of the systematic destruction of American democracy. You know, it started back with Kennedy, which is where we all had so much faith and love for the man, and then, bam, they took the back of his fucking brains outside of a Cadillac, and he entered a world of legend at that point. And I mean straight legend, like Jesus fucking Christ style legend, right? And ever since then, we've been trying to get back to that golden age, Camelot age of presidents. We went through the ups and downs with the Nixons and the Reagans and Bushes and whatnot. Then we got to Clinton. And this is where the systematic destruction really got started, right? They destroyed the man, right? We had this image in our head that someday we were going to get a president like fucking Kennedy. And then Clinton came along and left a cum stain on a fucking blue dress. We all know that bitch didn't think to save herself. She wanted to go home and wash that shit off. Somebody told her not to. It's my guess. Just saying. Don't know. Just saying. It's my guess. Anyway, we started to lose faith in the man. We started to go, shit, maybe a president, just because he's a president, isn't fucking such a good guy. And I know you're thinking, but what about Nixon? He resigned. I'm not a crook and shit like that. There's still people to this day that will tell you that Nixon was a good man. Wasn't a crook. Good man. Good man. Ain't nobody don't believe that Bill Clinton was a lying, cheating motherfucker. Even the fucking Democrats are like, yeah, but he built the economy and gave us the internet boom. We don't give a fuck. Blow a load on whoever's dress you want, buddy. Point is, the faith in the man was gone. Then Bush stole the election, and the liberals started to lose faith in the overall election process, and they started to work real hard to retake their fucking power, right? Then 9/11 happened. That was an easy win. War president. We didn't even think about a fucking electoral process. Now by this time, we're war-stricken, the economy is dead, it's 2008. Nobody knows what the fuck to do anymore. Even most of the Republicans have had to go, Bush is a fucking criminal. I'm taking the libertarian side. This is the division of the parties. So what do they give us? Not remotely tongue-in-cheek or even subtle or clever, they give us hope and change. Why? We needed it. We got 8 years of hope. Very little change, but 8 years of hope. I know what you're saying, but the Obamacare only solidified the insurance company's reign over healthcare in this country. I'm tired of hearing about what a fucking success it was, but all the poor people had health insurance. I'm one of those poor people, couldn't afford it. They took it out of my fucking taxes anyway. Sorry, folks, the poor people not actually getting the long end of the fucking stick. Reality. It bites, but it's true. So we got 4 years of hope, 8 years of hope, excuse me. The way we got to that hope was the strengthening of the faith in the Democratic Party, right? We lost to Bush twice, because I used to be a Democrat. That used to be what I identified as. I used to identify as a liberal and a Democrat. I thought that was what it was. So we came back strong. Got the Obama man in. Everything seemed good and golden, the hope and change. We didn't think anything of it until Bernie. Bernie is how they destroyed completely faith in the party system. You see, We knew back in 2000 that a president could steal the election from another candidate. Like we saw that. We saw how Bush finagled with Florida to become the president of the United States over Al Gore. We all saw it was possible, but we thought if the parties are strong and we get good people in the parties, we can fight that. We got faith in our fucking party system. That was gone when the nation watched Bernie Sanders delegates fucking locked out of Vegas. We weren't even allowed in the fucking room to cast a vote, let alone participate in an election. Democrats had to come to terms with a hard point of fact here, and that is that the grassroots campaign will never win in the current structured party system. Now I did kind of forget. Back in 2004 and 2008, the Republicans saw that and got that taste with the Ron Paul revolution, right? So the Republicans had already worked on strengthening their shit. They ran Ron Paul. They tried to get Ron Paul in, and the fucking the organized establishment said, no, not gonna fucking happen. You're not even allowed at the debate. Fuck you, buddy. Right? Right. So you fast forward to 2016, and you see the same thing happen in the Democratic Party. The faith in the party system is demolished. We got nothing left. Now we got this fucking Oompa Loompa clown running the goddamn show with his finger over the fucking button, poking fucking bears all across the Middle East and fucking Eastern Europe. And all we had left for faith was the checks and balances system. So far, seems to be holding a little bit. I mean, it's only been, 160 days or whatever, but so far, gay people can still get married, Muslims can still come into the country, there isn't a fucking wall, Mexicans aren't being deported en masse. All in all, it's basically the same. I mean, there's been some shifts in legislation and positions of power and ideology and all this, and I understand it's very important. Oh, it's very important. It's not that important. The reality here is not much has changed. I guess they canceled their stream. They got bored. Sorry, folks. I thought we were going to get to see a national fucking monument destroyed, but guess not. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I don't know. We're quickly and quietly falling in to what I might call well, it's just a brave new world order, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. I want to throw in some kind of reference to 1984 there, because it's so 1984. It's like Huxley and Blair just got together and they wrote two books that then fucked, and they had a baby, and that baby became the blueprint for the future of America. I mean, in Brave New World, everybody is fucking medicated. So I'm gonna keep everything fucking good, balanced, right? We got that here. I mean, I'm medicating right now. How the fuck you think I deal with all this crazy shit that goes through my brain? Smoke a little bit of weed, watch a little bit of fucking YouTube, read a book, medicate. Everybody does. It's no big deal. Just what it is. I mean, 1984, it's all social psychological control. There you go, little dog. Whoa. Oh, that's not good. No, that's not good at all. Damn. Well, I just lost the screen door. That sucks. Motherfuckers, can you believe these people? Pussies. Live New Orleans Confederate Monument Rivalry. Yeah, well, if there's fucking 900 people watching, why the fuck ain't it working? Let's find a new one. Alright, that's a better stream anyway. Look at that. That's fucking fancy. Fancy. Look, I'm I'm a firm believer in finding middle ground, right? And I think extremes are necessary, right? So like when you got something good, like really good, like let's say the social construct of love, right? And that is necessary. It is. As we express and experience it, it absolutely is. It's not something that fucking. But my animals, no. Your animals love being fed and petted and feeling warm and connected, and those are all great things and ways to describe what love might be. But objectively, love is a social construct described through poetry and art. Anyway, things like love we should conserve, right? At extreme costs and measures, which is why when you love someone, you fucking go out the way for them. You do whatever you got to do for them. It's got value. It's worth conserving. Now, when it comes to things that are fucking heinous, right? Radical liberalism is in order. So, slavery, right? Ending slavery, whatever it takes. A civil war? Sure. Now, of course, we all know, because we're educated, right, that Abe Lincoln, hero of the fucking Civil War, went on record saying he'd have kept slavery if he could have. Shit was good for the economy. But he couldn't. Because people involved in radical liberal ideals got together and said, nah, this shit's fucking wrong and it ends today. Right? Here's the difference between then and now, because I know some of you are already trying to draw connections to then and now. No one's fighting for today's slaves that's not a law enforcement agent. Not one of you motherfuckers out there with a sign hanging out right now watching this shit, okay, live. Not one of you is ready to fucking lay down your life to go and save some slaves. And I know, because there's 46 million slaves in the world today. A massive percentage of them are Eastern European women who are bought and sold to be raped. Now, none of this is just social pandering, and you're not just getting fucking, virtue points and shit over here with this. How come y'all ain't fucking laying down your lives to go put an end to the Russian mob selling fucking women to slavery? I mean, that's kicking ass on misogyny, slavery, and fucking rape. That's 3 for fucking 1, folks. You can't beat that in terms of standing up for social justice. I'm just saying, you can't. You can't beat. But none of y'all are out there fighting for slaves. You're out there fucking pulling down a statue from 200 years ago. For what? This is virtue signaling. This is fucking, look, I was there. I fought against slavery. I fought against slavery. No, you fought against a statue, and a statue is a pretty fucking easy thing to defeat. Turns out you need 2 guys and a crane. Now that's a YouTube video. I'm just saying, right? You don't get it? 2 girls and a cup? Come on. Anyway. Just the erasure and revision of history, that's all. No one's winning. There are no black people being unrepressed right now. If that was the case, I'd be like, this is fucking awesome. Look at all them black people fucking being freed by this. That's not happening. You know why? Because black people were freed 200 years ago when this motherfucker surrendered. But you know what he did? He fought bravely for the people that fucking put him in the position to fight bravely for them. That's what we do in America. We honor our heroes of war. And this, by the way, just in case anybody's unclear, was not a war of righteousness. This was a war over money and division. This was British banking cartels fighting the fucking United States' desire to create their own money by funding the South and basically starting and perpetuating a civil war that led us near the brink of destruction, which was the plan, because as a divided United States, we would easily be conquered by Britain again. Anyway, do a little bit more research on history, because, you know, that shit ain't in your fucking high school history textbook. Sorry. People think they got the money for the guns and shit. The slave trade was fucking ended. Anyway. It just bothers me that this is considered success. This is considered progress. I mean, what if tomorrow we find out that Abe Lincoln secretly had slaves? We're gonna go around and fucking remove, every Abe Lincoln fucking statue? I mean, like, are y'all willing to go that far? Are we gonna ignore that? I mean, I'm not saying that's true. I don't know any evidence of that. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, is that what we're gonna do? Are we gonna go around and get rid of all the Abe Lincoln statues? You know? I mean, George Washington had fucking slaves. Should we fucking every black high school I've ever been near in any inner city has been called George Washington fucking high school? Like, is that the white man oppressing? Do we need to fucking go in there and tear down all the statues and change the fucking names because the fucking father of our country happened to own slaves during the time where slavery was both legally and socially acceptable and culturally practiced across the fucking planet? Racists, racists, racists. These people were taught from children that the blacks weren't even human. No, it isn't right. Of course it's not right. But I mean, Jesus Christ, if you had been taught since the age of 4 that every black person you saw was a goddamn garden tool, wouldn't you think that? You gonna tell me you'd have been the one who fucking rose up out of all of the other tulips in the fucking sun to reach highest, to be the fucking on high? How fucking righteous. My guess is no. My guess is if you were alive in George Washington's time and you were white and you owned fucking land, you probably would have also owned slaves. I'm just guessing. It's like, fuck history. Context is irrelevant. That statue makes me sad. Get rid of it. The fuck? Where do I live? Kindergarten? Did I fucking wake up one morning and all of America became a kindergarten? Is that what happened? Don't get me started on kindergarten. Austrian-Hungarian fucking method of social control called education. Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Where do you think the kindergarten is an English word? Damn. Where the fuck's my soda? I'm still waiting for the erasure and revision of history. What are they going to put up in its place? A fucking statue of Garfield? No, not the president. The fucking cat. Of course the cat. I'm talking about the cat. No. Seriously, the cat. That's what we should put. A big, fat, fucking orange, striped cat. I don't know if Garfield has anything to do with New Orleans, but I just think fucking a statue of Garfield would be awesome on top of that giant-ass podium. That'd be fucking cool. I like Garfield. Who doesn't like Garfield? I mean, even Bill Murray must have liked Garfield enough to fucking be in the movie, right? Like, Garfield's cool. Garfield. If I wasn't doing this live, I'd put a fucking graphic up of Garfield right now. I don't have one ready to rock and roll, so... And you know what? I can change that, though. Let's see here. This is the fucking 21st century, folks. We can do anything we put our minds to. This guy's talking about Julie Award lyrics. I don't know who that is. Let's find out. Let's see here. Julie Award. Holmes, American poet, author best known as Battle of the Hymn of Republic. Okay, well, that's interesting, but not as interesting as all right. Now, let's see what we can do to solve this problem. One thing we haven't seen yet is any effort to unfasten Well, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole or anything, but I am, so that's how it's going to come off. I sound like kind of a fag, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. That's not a problem for me, by the way. It's just an observation. And one I'm fucking fully within my rights to fucking make. Just in case anybody was curious. I'm allowed to have that opinion. Like this guy sounds kind of like a fag. I know that bothers a lot of you. And well, I'm sorry that you're bothered by words. But you should know, as is the case with most bullies, that's exactly why I'm doing it. Because I know it bugs you. I know. I am a dick. Sorry. Just am. Cannot help it. I tried once when I was a kid. Didn't work so good. Not as good as it's gonna get. There we go. Alright. Now we got Garfield where Garfield ought to be, on top of that fucking podium. How y'all like that? Shit's gonna get me flagged now because y'all are pissed off that I said the word fag. Oh well. I get a few of them. But am I not right? Doesn't Garfield look better there than Robert E. Lee? And this isn't coming from a place of anti-fucking Civil War South. This isn't coming from... I mean, how fucking basic, though? How basic, guys? How basic? Like basic bitch basic, right? That's the thing that they say. What a basic bitch. Okay, it's basic bitch stuff. To fall victim to such simple programming. It's from the South during the Civil War. That makes it racist. So were a lot of your families. Just because great-grandpa Cletus was from fucking Tennessee during the Civil War, does that make you racist? According to the logic, yes. I don't think so. That's because I don't operate under the new, refined definition of the word racism, which is anything that I dislike or disagree with that could be remotely drawn to race. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I tell a story about a guy walking across the street in the middle of fucking traffic with his pants wrapped around his goddamn knees, slowing everybody down because he's Joe goddamn cool. Yeah, he could be white, but there's a 95% chance that you envisioned a black guy. Why? Context. We were just talking about race. I described your average cultural fucking description of an arrogant black dude walking across the street in his hip-hop fucking couture. Got nothing to do with his DNA, everything to do with his culture. And that's not racist. That's observation. It's discernment. I'm sorry, that's true. This is the problem. This guy right here, this guy, bam. Here, Garfield, he is as racist in reality, okay, as that statue is. Now, I'm not talking about the man, Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee might have been a racist. He might have fucking hated all them niggers. I don't know. He may have. Don't know. Never read his books. Never fucking read any of his journals. I'm not standing up for the man. I'm standing up for the symbol of history. Do you know why they put a statue of Robert E. Lee up there? It's not to remind everybody how cool fucking slavery was. It's up there to remind everybody that the fucking state, Louisiana, fought to the bitter fucking end for what they believed in, which was their right to govern themselves as they saw fit. Now, Abe Lincoln said, well, you can, you just can't have any slaves. And they said, I draw a line in the sand, motherfucker. Now, I'll tell you right now, if the story had been Robert E. Lee and the fucking rest of them are all drawing a line in the sand over not being allowed to have a fucking iPhone, you motherfuckers would be on the completely opposite side of this spectrum, raising fucking Cain about removing a great American hero who fought for our right to get fucking cancer and weak eyes from staring at tiny fucking screens all the time. And this is what I mean. It's got nothing to do with race or racism. It has everything to do with the revision of history. We want to revise history. We want to remove this from history. That's dangerous. If you don't believe me, ask people who left China after Tiananmen Square. I mean, we've all seen and heard the stories and reports about how if you go to China and you pop on to fucking the search engine there, they don't even let Google operate in China anymore, last I heard. You fucking Google Tiananmen Square and you find out it's a park somewhere in fucking Tiananmen Square. There's no images of fucking college students being executed or run over with tanks or all that crazy shit that went down at Tiananmen Square. None of that's on fucking China Google or YouTube or fucking whatever the fuck China has. I don't know what they use. ChinaSearch.com, I guess, maybe. I don't know. It comes from secondhand knowledge. A friend of mine's girlfriend is in China working as a fucking translator, and she's like, yeah, we ain't got no Google. I can't fucking YouTube you or whatever, you know, like, or Google message you or any of that shit. Alright. Anyway, Google revised, or China revised history. Now Louisiana's revising history. And I just gotta ask, how far are we gonna take it? Like I said, George Washington, slave owner. Garfield, fuck, my camera is flipped. I used to have the settings so that when I went with my left hand, it was on the left side of the screen, and likewise, but now it's not, and that's annoying. It's fucking annoying, mate. These fucking people, too, they're just so excited to be, like, part of this history. Like, oh man, I'm so jazzed to be here removing this statue of hate. This monument of hate. Of hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a monument of hate, it's a monument of history. That's what monuments are. I mean, Christ, we don't go around bulldozing the Colosseum because they threw slaves in there to be eaten by tigers and lions. We gotta go to Rome next? Is that where we're going next? I mean, where's the line? This sounds stupid. I agree, because it is, but seriously, it's worth considering. You know, like, just how far are we willing to take literally the revision of history? I mean, I don't know how far we're going to take it. Maybe fucking forever. I don't know. Alright. Now when I point at fucking him with my right hand, it'll be on the right. Awesome. This fucking guy, dude. Can y'all hear him? I don't know. I don't know if y'all can hear him or not. Let's look on the thing. I don't even know if anybody's watching. There's a problem with YouTube. There are so many people out there doing this. It's nearly impossible to catch views. I genuinely don't know if there's anybody even watching our show right now. So we're going to hit refresh and see. No. No one's watching. You said we're starting sometimes. They're taking so long to remove this statue. So long. And I've been rolling for 49 and almost a half minutes. No fucking views. I mean, look at it. Do you see this? Evil. I don't know. That's the smoke thing gone, folks. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Don't forget Garfield. He's the man. Since then, show love for the motherfucking G-Man. Garfield, bitch.